we're pulling into James Bay on Prevost and trying to choose where to put down our anchor. So there's the beach over there, that's where a lot of people come in on their kayaks, and there's camping, and there's outhouse and stuff right there. And then down here is I think access to, maybe there's a walking trails and stuff. So we're just having a bit of a snack before we head to shore for our shore explore here, and got a little coffee going. And then Annie's got these cards, 50 great things to do outside. So we're going to go through, and each of us is going to get a challenge that we have to carry out during the shore explore.
So I'm going to go like this, and as soon as she says stop, whatever card I'm on, that's her thing.
Stop.
Okay. Pictographs. Using a stick, draw a picture story into a clear patch of ground.
Stop.
Do you want this one or this one?
No, that one.
Okay. Scavenger hunt. Make a list of common things you might find in nature, like a feather or a ladybug. Alone or with a group, go look for the items on your list.
You're actually making him go longer than he made you go in.
Stop.
Mini rock garden.
Ooh, I wanted this one actually.
Look around for as many rocks and pebbles as you can find. Gather the most interesting ones and see if you can create a scene with them.
Stop.
Night and day. Pick a favorite outdoor spot, and if you can, visit it at night. Has it changed?
So that's the crew to deploy the landing equipment. So we've got the dinghy down, and Soren's working to get the paddleboard pumped up.
Heading into the shore to do an exploration.
Here we are. So welcome to Gulf Islands. And you can see there's Prevost. That's a little picture about where we are right now. And so we're kind of surrounded on both sides by park. And Prevost sits, as you can see, and there's a lot of bays you can tuck into. So it's a good island because there's, depending on wherever the wind, you can pretty much find a bay no matter what the wind is doing. All right, Captain, you've assessed the situation. Tell me, what do we need to do here? Later.
I find my favorite spot, but I'm thinking maybe it need to be over by the beaches or something, because I don't see myself bushwhacking and stuff in the dark.
You're a little bit scared to come back
I'm a little
here.
scared, and I have a feeling that it's going to be
bears.
No.
Mosquitoes.
Oh, worse, mosquitoes. Annie's decided that for us, we're gonna go off in this direction, and we gotta forge the water first. Are you gonna follow the girls?
No, I'll try go this way. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, we're off on our scavenger hunt, and Soren has sent out the list. A pebble, maple leaf,
A cool stick.
a crab, some moss,
A skipping rope. We got moss
skipping
all
rock.
over.
Well, that's a cool stick. It's kind of cool because it has some different pieces to it.
It's a V.
It's a cool stick because it's a V. Okay, lots of pebbles. Plenty of pebbles, and Annie's gonna find a skipping stone.
Oh, I think I found a maple leaf.
Oh, yay! You're right. Maple leaf. Check. I'm taking my shoes off so I can feel the nice grass beneath my feet. But take your shoes off. It's really nice. Experience nature when you can, right? Because it's a nice grassy pathway. What's that? Picking fruit and nuts from orchards.
So we're allowed to pick 6 pieces of fruit per person.
6
at
pieces
one
of fruit per person at one time, okay?
Pick only fruit that only when it's ripe, and treat trees with respect.
Oh, here's a plum tree, and I think maybe they're ripe. They're purple.
Only 6 pieces, or do we really want to wait for my little plums?
Well, it doesn't say it has to be of, like, all different. Like, maybe I can have 6 plums, and then I can have 6 apples. And then I could have 6 quince, whatever those are.
Bending the rules. Now there's a bunch of apples here.
Oh, yeah, there are quite a bit of apples. I don't know if they're quite ready yet. Maybe they are. They're actually pretty nice apple trees, these ones.
Or should we see if they're ripe?
Yeah, go for it. Oops, that one fell off.
This one's ripe. This came up easily. Should we try it?
Yeah, go for it. Seems a little firm. Oh, you broke the rules. It wasn't ripe yet and you picked it.
No. It's fun.
Why'd you make a sour face then? That's not ready yet. Very firm. It's close though. So there's quite a few apple trees and they're pretty loaded with apples, but I'd say they need at least another month yet. We'll have to come back in like September or something. Okay, so here is my story in pictograms. I wonder if anybody can figure it out. It took Annie a second, she needed some coaching, but she ultimately figured it out. Let's see if anyone else can figure out the puzzle.
Okay, so here are my pieces for the treasure hunt. So I have some pieces of bark here and a cool stick. So is that's you and your cool sticks on? It's kind of like a wooden axe.
Anyway, we think the girls have run over to the orchard.
Not really sure where they are there. Might be all the way over there. We haven't seen them for a while. Take the boat and we'll try to go to that little beach over here where the kayaks will go on and then land, and then we'll see if we can find them. Okay, so I think I found my favorite spot here. So start at the point here, and there's a beautiful view over James Bay. Oh, son, you found your way out on the reef there. That's pretty cool out there, son.
Huh?
That's pretty cool out there on the reef.
I walk on water.
Looks like it from up here.
So there's the point from a different angle, Yarka's special point. And Soren and I are exploring this reef that kind of extends from the point. And you can actually walk pretty far out. And it seems like you should be in deep, deep water, but look, Soren's all the way out there and he's only up to his knees because the rocks kind of go out to a point.
Can you take the paddleboard here?
So Annie, what was your challenge?
Mine was to build a rock garden, but I changed it to build a fairy garden with rocks in it.
Ah, and so you worked away at this, and I wasn't sure just how serious you were, but it actually turned out really well. So cute. There's our Annie's little fairy garden.
Yeah.
Made with rocks and pebbles and special leaves. Right down to a door handle made with a shell and some sap. That was very inventive, Annie.
And we have Mom's picture art.
Yeah, and everybody figured it out. It took a little coaching, but they figured out I love sailing between the lines. That was what my story was. So we traveled across to the other point where we were last night exploring, where the beach and the outhouse are. And I started walking along the shore and found a lot of hermit shells. And then I looked down around and found like a nest of them. There's so many right close together. Okay, we're not sure what this is. We think it's a sea, maybe a sea cucumber or something. It's bright orange and has like a long body. It has little pokey things coming out, and then I think it's maybe called a nudie branch.
We found the little starfish.
This is the tiniest starfish we've found. So we'll put him back, but he's just wee, the weeest one we've ever seen.
See how wee he is? My measurements were not wrong.
Yeah, I put him in a little crevice there. So
Okay. So I found this perfect sea star, but except it has this white stuff.
So we're gonna go for a little hike.
I'm feeling we'll be able to see all the way across the Trincomalee Channel.
Trincomalee Channel. And we had to carry the dinghy all the way up the rocks because the tide's gonna come in. So we're not sure if when we get back it was gonna be floating in the water. So we carried it all the way up over there and tied it onto the root of a tree. So we'll see what happens. we were here and then we noticed a very cute boat out there.
Yeah.
See if I can get a good view of it here. And we thought, geez, I wonder what lucky family gets to go on that boat. It looks like a fun cruising boat because it can do a lot of places. And I think it might be serendipity. A little oh, there. We've got the seal he's been hanging around all morning. And now afternoon. There's a lot of tail slaps right there. Shall we carry on, family?
Yeah, family, yeah.
All right, the path seems to be taking an uphill sort of a pattern now. We have to pick our way through some rubble. I spotted a rugged mountain man.
Where?
You're it.
Oh!
Did you spot any wilderness?
No, but it has a good view from this point here.
Dad took a little offshoot.
Just want to check it out here. See what it looks like, and I'll come back.
Well, just as the saying goes, you go up. Whatever goes up has got to come down.
Technically not. What happens if you launch a rocket into space and it never returns?
Of course, you have something to say for everything. That's another saying we know. I feel a little bit like I'm in The Hobbit or like Lord of the Rings, and we're on the trek, you know, trying to find Mordor. Except I think we're a little bit better looking than the crew in The Hobbit.
I challenge my mother to a dagger fight. A dagger fight.
Take out my eyeballs.
It's not a fun fight. You don't even hit daggers yet. What is this? Stop with your feet.
Look at blood.
No, seawater.
Choo, choo. Sweet grass. Yeah. I know, it's kind of neat. It goes like rock climbing and then bouldering and then grasslands. But yeah, I think we got to be getting close to the end because I almost see both sides out here.
It's a little windy.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll find a little boy out at the point.
I see a boy next to the point.
Oh, good. We didn't lose him. There he is.
What's this point called again?
Peile or Peile. P-E-I-L-E or something like that. Peile. Okay, you gonna climb? Be careful. Do you think it used to be somebody's job to climb up that ladder and light the lighthouse up every day? Back in the day? Oh, careful, my dear.
Active pass is just like down there. So active passes. And then over here is like where Montague is right over there. And then all the way down at the end there, you probably can't see it, but all the way down there is where Prevost Island is, where Connor Cove is. It's all the way down
Quite a
there.
bit further along then.
Yes. So here we are. This is going to be the great showdown of the West. It's going to be Gunslinger Mom, Fast Shot Annie, and Reload Maniac Soren. Alright, so ready? Ready? Wild, wild west. 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 Wild. Oh, I'm out. Yes, you're out.
Ready, set, go. Wild, wild west. 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 Wild, wild. Do I have to keep saying that?
Ha! Quick reloader wins. 19 bottles of beer on the wall. 19 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 18 bottles of beer on the wall. 18 bottles of beer. 18 bottles of beer.
I just want one can of beer in my hand.
So we finished our walk at long last, and we did predict that the tide would come in, and so we put the boats up on the bank. But now, to get to them, we have to sort of make our way through the water. Oh, it's a swamp man. Hi, swamp man.
Hello.
Are you the swamp man in the mangroves of the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah. All right.
You forged through the sea? All right.
Made it.